Alright, this is John Kohler, DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. I'm here at the probably one of the busiest natural products expos that I've ever been to. Last year was only over 77,000 people that came here. And I'm speaking here at this year's event at the Tribest booth. Every year they have the Tribest Raw and Living Food Extravaganza. And we'll be demonstrating the Green Star Pro, which is Tribest's new commercial juicer. But before I get into that, actually I want to show you guys the most important product that I'm most excited about here at Tribest. It's this guy. This is the Dyna Pro vacuum blender. So I'm not going to really cover that in this episode, but stay tuned and make sure you click that subscribe button down below. A full detailed video about the vacuum blender. This is going to change your blender technology. You're going to want to get rid of your Vitamix forever and get the Dyna Blend after you learn more about it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into my presentation today on the Green Star Pro juicer, making one of my favorite delicious juice recipes.
Hello everybody, my name is John Kohler and today I'll be doing a demonstration of the Green Star Pro juicer. This machine is just released and this is the Tribest commercial version of their popular Green Star Elite model. Now for those of you guys that are in attendance today, you guys will want to grab one of these little raffle tickets here, fill this out, drop this off to one of the ladies or men in the gray and black shirts, and they're going to be giving away a $600 juicer here today at, I think a little bit later at 4:30. So you guys could have the opportunity to win. You guys have really good chances because there's actually not too many people here today. So $600 juicer being a giveaway today. Got to be present to win 4:30. Amazing deal if you guys are here. Anyways, today what I'll be sharing with you guys is the all-new Tribest Green Star Pro machine. The main difference between this machine and their household version is that this machine has 100% stainless steel twin gears. This is a first for any of the Tribest juicers. This machine also is has upgraded electrical components, so it meets the commercial electrical certification. In addition, this is built to the ETL sanitation standards and is currently pending the certification, which means if you have a juice bar, a restaurant, a health food store with a little cafe on the side, this is the machine that you will need to use to make cold pressed juices. And the amazing thing about this machine is that it's the lowest price cold pressed durable juicer with the magnetic and far infrared technology built into the gears, which means you're going to get the maximum extraction or yield, so that means less produce cost, but more importantly, it's going to pull out more nutrition out of the produce that you're putting in there. And that's very important for me. I mean, I only got into juicing to save my life. Juicing is the #1 way to maximize the quantity of fruits and vegetables that you guys get in your diets. I know there's a lot of what they would call health food products here at the expo today, but to me the fruits and the vegetables are the most nutritious foods on the planet, and unfortunately a lot of the foods here aren't focused around fruits and vegetables, and when they do have fruits and vegetables in them, they're highly processed. So not only do I encourage everybody here to juice fruits and vegetables, I also encourage you guys to grow your own fruits and vegetables, because you guys can grow higher quality fruits and vegetables than even money can buy at your local organic produce store or even the farmer's market. So that's this machine in a nutshell. Upgraded stainless steel augers here. It also is a multi-function machine, so now not only can you make juice in your cafe, juice bar, or even at home, but it comes with a couple different attachments. So you have a coarse screen if you want more pulp in your juice. You have a breadstick attachment here with a breadstick outlet knob, so you can make breadsticks. And then they have a solid plate for making frozen fruit sorbets and things like nut butters. And some of the frozen fruit sorbets is you take frozen bananas, run that through the machine, it grinds it all up, puts it into a frozen yogurt style consistency. It's 100% fruit, 100% healthy, and it's one of the best things you could have on a hot summer's day. And that's one of my favorite treats. And actually, me and my girlfriend, generally after dinner sometimes, if we're still hungry and want a healthy dessert, instead of reaching for that ice cream that we wouldn't eat anyways, we would just run some bananas and maybe some blueberries, frozen blueberries, through the machine to make a healthy dessert to fill us up, but also to increase the fruit and vegetable content of our diet. My diet specifically is based around fruits and vegetables, And I don't expect everybody here at the Expo to base their diet around fruits and vegetables, but I do want everybody here at this Expo to increase the quantity of fruits and vegetables that you guys are eating, because, you know, health is your only wealth. I learned this by almost losing my life when I was younger, and juicing was my first introductory step into making the necessary lifestyle changes that I needed to be to get healthy. And I think, you know, the one thing, there's all kinds of different supplements and things, and people say, this is healthy, take this, it'll change your life. The one thing that I would guarantee you guys, if you guys started juicing every morning and having different kinds of juices with different kinds of vegetables and fruits in there, instead of eating your normal breakfast, whatever that may be, if that's ham and eggs or whether that's, you know, vegan cereal with almond milk out of a carton, the fresh juices are by far more nutritious and better for you, and you will start to feel a difference. And then hopefully after you just start doing that, you'll start to hopefully include more fruits and vegetables in other parts of your diet during your day. Anyways, today I'm going to just be making a simple recipe, and this is one of the recipes I came up with lately, and I really try to formulate the recipes I make, whether that's a raw soup recipe, a salad dressing, or today this juice. I try to make something that's actually going to taste good, but also be very nutrient dense and have a lot of different benefits for you. So one of my favorite new ingredients these days, and I mean, I think they're just not often consumed enough. How many people here have actually eaten purple carrots in the last 3 days? Wow, excellent. But yeah, purple carrots, one of the most nutritious foods on the planet, actually, and they're actually can be relatively inexpensive. They can be found at somewhere like Sprouts Farmers Markets or Trader Joe's. They sell them in a little rainbow pack. Normally, they're around $1 a pound usually. If you're lucky to live here in Southern California, some of the local farmers markets may sell them. Let's see, the Hollywood Farmers Market, there's a seller there that had really deep, rich purple carrots. They're about $3 a pound, but even better. But inside these purple carrots, there's a pigment called anthocyanins, and these are very powerful antioxidants. They're studied with rats, rodents, where they actually fed them a junk food diet, and the rats gained weight. They had blood sugar issues, and let's see, had some heart issues or problems with their circulatory system. And the only thing they changed was they still fed them the junk food, but they also fed them the purple carrot juice, and they had less blood sugar issues, reduced their weight, got back down to their standard weight, and lost their heart disease challenges. So I mean, that is the power of the functional foods. And not to say that, you know, orange carrots aren't good, but purple carrots, you could up your game. So I try to eat the minimum amount of food that I need to function, but maximize the amount of phytonutrients that I'm getting. Another thing we're going to be adding today are the beets. Of course, the beets are rich in betalains. They also add another really colorful pigment. You know, I really want people to eat rich, colorful foods, not all these white foods that have, you know, zero nutrients and a lot of calories. My focus is on nutrition with the least amount of calories. In addition, ginger, another amazing food, you know, anti-nausea, really good for you. And of course, to make all this stuff taste good, because people are like, John, I'm not going to like the purple carrot juice and the beets and the ginger, it's going to taste pretty bad. We got 1 pineapple to make it sweet. Also, pineapple is rich in bromelain, which is an enzyme that may help with the inflammation. So to juice a pineapple, if it's organic, you could juice the skin and all through the juicer. I usually like to peel it or take off the skin, so it's going to be sweeter. And then for the top, actually, the really cool thing about pineapple, you just twist the top off. And the cool thing is if you let this dry out a little bit and it's not super looking messed up like this one, you could actually just leave this dry. This will start to grow roots out here, and you'll peel off from the bottom. And actually, you can just plant this in your garden, or if you live here in Southern California, they don't like to freeze, so you'd have to bring it in a pot in the winter time. This will actually grow a whole new pineapple plant, but it's going to take about 1.5 to 2 years to grow. So anyways, let's go ahead and prepare some of this stuff. Really quick, we're going to go ahead and slice off the top and the bottom of the pineapple. And while I'm doing this, I want to talk about some of the benefits of the Green Star leaf. There's many different slow juicers here at the show today, and I do want to encourage you guys to get a slow juicer versus a high-speed juicer. The high-speed juicers, which are the ones that you might find at a department store close to you, and they're really relatively inexpensive. But the problem with those machines is that they run at a high speed, and they tend to oxidize the nutrients, and that's going to reduce the nutritional quality, including especially some of the most important pigments in there, like the lycopene and anthocyanins and beta-carotene. So I want to maximize these nutrients because, you know, these are the most life-saving nutrients in any food that I'm aware of. In addition, the high-speed machines, they may also aerate the juice and also separate the juice. So there's it's just not going to make as a nutritious juice. Now, as to different kinds of slow juicers. There's many different kinds out there, but you know, every juicer has their pros and cons, and I say, you know, get the one that you're actually going to use most often. I like the Green Star Pro because number one, you're going to get the maximum yield. So I mean, when I'm done juicing, I'll pick up the pulp, and most juicers I can pick up the pulp, slow juicers I can pick up the pulp and squeeze it, and I'll squeeze juice out. With this machine, I'm going to pick up the pulp, and it's going to be pretty dry. I pretty much can't get any juice out. So this means you're going to maximize the yield you're going to get first time through without any hassle. In addition, this style machine tends to juice the leafy greens as well as the hard root vegetables really well, and that's this recipe centered around the root vegetables, the beets and the carrots, and of course the ginger. So to juice these items, it's really simple. We're just going to go ahead and turn this machine on. Another reason I like these juicers is because they're nice and quiet. And always when juicing the slow juice, you're going to want to put in the softest item first. So in this case, that's the pineapple. So we'll put a couple pieces of pineapple in, and then we'll just follow it by a carrot. So these are the two gears that are inside. These two do not touch each other. There's like a 1/4/1000th of an inch or something in between the gears, so they never touch. So you'll never get any kind of metal shavings in your juice.
It's better than plastic, right? Omega-3.
Right, so I mean, each juicer has their pros and cons. This machine is the first Tribest machine that has all stainless steel gears. The other parts of the machine that the food comes in contact with is all nylon, so it's 100% BPA free. So as you guys can see, we're just rotating the different items we're putting through here.
Those things get hot.
Yeah, so these gears actually do not get hot when it's running. I mean, unless you're running it for excessive amounts of time. And I always encourage everybody to start with cold produce out of the fridge. If you're starting with cold produce out of the fridge, the amazing thing about the stainless steel gears, unlike plastic augers or gears in other machines, the coldness of the produce will transfer to the coldness of the stainless steel and hold on to that. So actually, the juice produced is going to be colder than with a plastic auger, where, you know, that's actually not going to happen. So one of the misnomers, there's a lot of misnomers in juicing, and I just kind of like to try to cut through all the BS and just tell the truth, because that's what I'm about. They say that high-speed juicers heat the juice, and to me that's false in my test, because high-speed juicers, they use a stainless steel basket, and that actually absorbs the coldness of the produce, and so it keeps the juice cold. And I'm not saying that it's good. I'm saying that it doesn't heat the juice, but it oxidizes the heck out of the juice, and that's why it's bad, not because of the heat. So if you see somebody that's trying to advertise that a high-speed machine heats the juice, they haven't done the research, and they haven't even taken an infrared thermometer to check the temperature of the juice and the parts like I have before. So I think, there just needs to be some truth in advertising, and people try to sell you on the cold-pressed juice, which, I would agree is best. I mean, just the other day, about a week ago, I was testing the brand new Norwalk juicer. It's the Norwalk 295, I believe, and it's like $2,700. And this machine retails at $800. And I would much rather have 3 of these machines than one Norwalk, because this one produces a lot higher quality juice. Like when I was pressing out carrots in the Norwalk, I mean, it would make a good yield, right? So I'm not going to debate the good yield of juice that the Norwalk made. But the problem with it, in my opinion, is at first the juice would come out, and I was juicing orange carrots. It would come out, fairly orange, not a really deep, rich color. But at the end of the press cycle, the sad thing was that the juice coming out was actually looked like water. It was so powerful, it was really getting the water out of the carrot. But the problem is, as much as that's the healthiest water on earth, not any of these bottled waters around here, the fact of the matter is the juice flowing out of this machine is always deep, rich, pigmented. And I mean, yeah, water's great, we need to stay hydrated, but what's even more important are the pigments of the produce that's coming out, which are the phytonutrients and phytochemicals and vitamins and minerals. If you juice the same exact recipe in the Norwalk, it will get a lot lighter color. So you could look at the different colors, and I mean that's a con of the Norwalk. I mean, the pro is that the Norwalk could get a little bit higher yield, and also the con of the Norwalk too is 3 times the price. So I would much rather have somebody spend $800 on this and spend the other $2,200 or $1,900 or whatever the difference is on putting in a garden, so you guys could grow the highest quality food, right? Much more critical and important to me than getting the most yield that may not be as nutritious.
How about omega-3?
the Omega juicers. There's many different Omega juicers, and the ones I like the most actually are the single auger machines.
Plastic.
They're plastic, and they have their pros and cons too. I mean, right here, this machine is going to get the pulp drier the first time through, and also it's going to create a higher yield, and in my opinion, higher nutritional quality.
So what is the con of this machine?
So the con of this machine is, it does take a little bit longer to clean and use than, say, one of the Omega vertical juicers. So my favorite juicer, although I own this machine at home, I use the Omega vertical juicer myself, which is similar to the Slow Star right there, because I find it just faster. As you guys can see, I'm talking and juicing at the same time, and this isn't hard or anything. And I've made almost about a liter of juice almost. But I mean, I would have been done in my other juicer already. But I'm giving up yield and I'm giving up nutritional quality for speed, because I put out videos like almost once a day. I got to run my business. I got to do my gardening. I do a lot of things in life, and I'm quite busy. But if I had some kind of health challenge that I was really working on, I'm a pretty healthy guy doing what I've been doing for now 22 years. If I had some kind of health challenge, I would definitely be using this machine instead. All right, let's see. Do we have another picture I could... all right, we'll give you guys some samples of this stuff. All right, yeah, let me show you guys the pulp here. So we could go ahead and take the pulp, and we're just going to go ahead and, let's see, we could squeeze that. And if I squeeze it, I mean, you guys can't see any juice, maybe, I mean, okay, there's one drop. I see one drop of juice coming out, but if I used any other juicer, like a slow juicer I would use, it'd be like almost not quite raining liquid, but there'd be a lot more. And the cool thing is with this machine is you could always take the pulp if you like, I didn't get enough, I want to get every last bit because, you're cheap like I am or something. You could feed this stuff back through, and if you're going to feed this stuff back through like this, then I recommend as you feed it back through with a new carrot, to in between, and that'll encourage it to like work through better, and then you can get the pulp drier. Like, to me, this is not worth my time. I got a little bit more money than time these days, and I'd rather just buy new produce and just juice a bit more to get the one that I'd be missing instead of rejuicing your pulp. I mean, to me, this pulp, for some people, once again, is basically fiber. I want to set straight a misnomer about juicing. Like, people say, oh, when you're juicing, you're getting rid of all the fiber, right? And so yes, we are getting rid of some of the fiber here, but there's many different kinds of fiber out there, but the main two types that are normally talked about are the soluble and insoluble fiber, right? So this is the insoluble fiber. But in the juice that we just made, we have all the soluble fiber, because soluble, what does that mean? It means dissolves in water. So this is juice, it's 100% liquid or water. So we have all the soluble fiber, and in the carrots here, carrots are approximately 48% soluble fiber. So when we juice the carrots, we're getting approximately half of the fiber, provided the juicer is efficient at separating out the fiber. So we're just removing the other half. And it's this half that some people may have challenges with digesting and absorbing, especially if you're not chewing every mouthful of carrot, these purple carrots, into a mush. We're not going to get optimal digestion. It's quite sad when I visit a friend or even my parents, and they're eating their salad, their dinner, and they take 2 chews and they swallow. And then I go to the bathroom after them, and then maybe the toilet wasn't as efficient as possible, and you see just pieces of produce that came out. So when you see pieces of produce that's coming out of you or somebody else, you're not getting efficient digestion, and you're literally flushing your money down the drain. And that's why I like juicing it, because when you juice it, you will not, in the beets, you might see your pee coming out a little bit reddish if you drink a lot for the excess betalains that your body's getting rid of, but you're going to get the absorption out of the juice. And that's why I think it's really important to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see, the Tribest is going to have a healthy happy hour at 5 p.m. I don't necessarily would recommend some of the drinks that they'll be serving, because they'll be making fresh juice, and they'll be combining it and making some alcoholic / juice beverages. I personally don't drink, but if you guys want to indulge, I would say that drinking a fresh juice spiked with alcohol is probably some of the best alcoholic beverages you guys could drink. And also, yeah, don't forget, fill out the Tribest raffle. This raffle will be in a couple hours at 4:30. They're going to be giving out a $600 Green Star Elite Juicer. So that's the home version of this machine. I'd be glad to take any questions, and I'll be hanging out for a little bit if you want to talk to me after. Thank you.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, learning more about the Green Star Pro. Be sure to check the link down below where I have a more detailed video on the Green Star Pro. The Green Star Pro is my favorite commercial, low-cost juicer at this time. If you guys are looking for one for your juice bar, restaurant, cafe, or you make kombucha and you need a certified juicer. If you enjoyed this episode, I would encourage you guys to support me and my work by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. And also, if you like this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I'll be sure to make more videos in the future with the Green Star Pro juicer. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss out on any of my new and upcoming episodes that I'm coming out about every 5 to 7 days. And finally, be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge sharing with you guys and comparing all the different juicers and blenders and even vacuum blenders that are coming out on the market real soon. So with that, my name is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube.